song to you, my beautiful people. My beautiful people, come and sing along.
We are still on the Black History Month matter, and we are actually making sure that we tell the African story the African way in our own voice. And that actually takes me back to a young man who is doing very well. He's actually creating such a great legacy for himself. I am talking about Ike Howard. Ike Howard is the grandson of Mother Viola Fletcher and Uncle Red. These are people who actually survived the Tulsa Race Massacre and were living survivors who actually lived to tell such a great story of resilience. Hi Ike, thank you so much for joining us. How is everything going there with you?
Everything is great. Thanks for asking.
So we are very privileged to have you here on the line, but I'd like you to share with the listeners about yourself. Who is Ike? Because we know Ike to be the grandson of Mother Fletcher, founder of Mother Fletcher Foundation, but who is Ike?
Ike is a dual citizen. I was granted citizenship during the right to return under the leadership and guidance of Ambassador Erica Bennett. So I'm a dual citizen for my working community in Ghana. I'm the president of the Viola Fletcher Foundation in the United States, as well as the president of the Viola Fletcher Foundation in Ghana. It's named after my grandmother, but the passion is not hers alone. That same passion lies with me. We serve underserved communities. We give back to poor communities, especially our focus is on enriching the minds of young African women in underserved communities. We have a project called the Pad Me Project. We give out menstrual pads, we give out bras, panties, and hygiene kits, as well as education to young women in schools across the country.
In all of your interactions with her when she was alive, what was that memorable story that she actually shared with you about the Tulsa Race Massacre that probably might not be out there in the media?
We talked about the Tulsa Race Massacre a lot. The greatest stories would come when she was asleep. Because when she was asleep, she would dream and walk back through her life. And so I got to see what it was like to be, her, because I would see her asleep and talk in her sleep. And we called it talking to the ancestors. So she would call out to the ancestors and she would relive her life. And it was a lot of funny moments, in life that she would discuss or she would talk about or relive in her dreams. So, prior to the race massacre, maybe a few years after, she had a lot of family moments. Everything was done as a family unit. A lot of things were passed down from her mother and her mother's mother. So they had quite a few things they did that was extraordinary. For example, her aunt was blind, and so they had two houses next to each other. And so what they did, they put a rope between one house and the other house, and they put a bell on the rope. And so they would be joking, and they would say, "Oh, here's the bell, there's the bell, here comes Aunt Bessie." You know what I'm saying? Aunt Bessie's on her way, because they could hear the bell ringing. Because the blind aunt would grab this bell, grab the rope, causing the bell to ring, when she would transverse or move between one household and the next. And I thought that was genius. That was absolutely genius.
Wow, that is very genius. I would like you to talk to us about the Mother Fletcher Foundation. You started this even when she was alive. What was the inspiration?
Well, the inspiration for the foundation was the Ghanaian people. Ghanaian people are some of the nicest people on the planet. Ghana was the safest West African country for us to visit. And when I came to Ghana the first time around, I promised the people that I would return and I would do something nice for the people. Me being a man of my word, I did exactly that. I came back and started the Viola Fletcher Foundation.
Okay.
But it was really based and rooted in people. I grew up in the projects, and I was poor. So I had to work my way up in the projects to, join the military, get an education, do all these things. And sometimes people just need a little leg up. They need a little bit of help just to get started and get off there, get to the next level. So that's really what it was. I mean, it was really, I love the people. I love the country. I made the people a promise, and I want to keep my word.
As we talk about the Black history and talking about the success, you were with them. You were with Mother Fletcher, with Uncle Red when they were in Ghana, by the Diaspora African Forum, the Ghana Tourism Authority, among other significant partners. Bringing them back to the motherland and they getting the naming ceremony, the recognition by the President Akufo-Addo. How did they personally even feel about the reception of Ghana?
They were absolutely, amazed. They were like, wow, this is the motherland. Her dream before she caught wings was to visit Africa. And of course, Uncle Red's dream was the same. So the reception that we got was outstanding. I mean, very, very outstanding. So many reporters, so many people. DAF did an outstanding job at guiding us, making sure we were protected, we felt safe, and we were engrossed in the culture of Ghana. So that was my her first time in Africa, interacting with people and really getting to take it all in. I mean, the drummers, the dancers, the outfits. I mean, they had outfits made for Uncle Red and my grandmother to wear every day before we even got there. They had personal attendants. Every detail was thought of, especially when it comes to somebody who's over 100 years old. Every detail was thought of in advance, and it was ready in action on the ground between, Dr. Erica Bennett and Dr. Tony Luck and their staff at DAF. Everything was absolutely amazing.
It was absolutely amazing. Now you're continuing her legacy. The foundation, can you kindly take us through some of the social impact that you've been able to do either here in Ghana or outside?
Our primary focus has been Ghana, and like I said, the best, our highest priority is the PADME project. Okay. So we've done the PADME project through a list of schools in Ghana. I'm gonna text you the actual school list so you can put it up. We've also done medical screenings, so we screen people and provided medical care, eyeglasses, basic medications, HIV status. We've also fed the homeless. We call it, we like to feed the homeless around Christmas time to let them know that, they're not forgotten. We do see you. You are a human being, and we understand that everybody goes through something in life. So we try to give back in that manner as well.
Okay, great. Can you share more about the impact of Mother Fletcher's memoir, Don't Let Them Bury My Story, and its role in preserving her legacy?
Don't Let Them Bury My Story, which I co-authored, is her memoir. It talks about her life story. It talks about Black Wall Street. It talks about Tulsa Race Massacre. But it's in fact her life story and going through the process of becoming the face for reparations and becoming the face for social justice. And that's what our memoir is about. So we had an opportunity to travel to New York, Washington, D.C., California, throughout the United States, as well as a few places overseas, to promote the book. So the book is still there. It's a standing memory of her legacy. At the time, she was the oldest woman to write her own memoir, and the oldest author in the world. So she held many titles just based on her age and her mental capacity to still have a normal conversation.
Wow, that is very, very impactful. So as we actually get ready to draw down the curtains, what are some of the advice that you'd like to put out there to uplift the spirit of our Black identity as Africans?
I would tell them to look to the flag. We now have our own flag. I would tell them to understand that we are stronger together. And I can tell them that we are indigenous to not only the Americas, to the Africas. We're indigenous to the world. The first man, the first woman was Black. Everything that has been discovered, made, and amplified and manifested has come on the shoulders of our ancestors. So you are your greatest strength, and you are your greatest enemy. Don't let negativity cloud your mind. You can manifest and become and do whatever you set your mind to. Set goals, set small goals, conquer those small goals, and step to the next level. Seek help whenever you can, and understand that the diaspora, we're your brothers and sisters. We have more in common than we have in uncommon. So we can do this together. Definitely do this together. We are stronger together. We're wiser together. And everything we can do together.
Everything we can do together. So Ike, as you preserve your grandmother's legacy, what should we look forward to in the coming years, in the next 5-10 years? What do we look out for through the Mother Fletcher Foundation?
I'm taking it one day at a time. Right now, I'm the only one sponsoring the foundation. So I'm just taking it one day at a time. I'm going to do all I can while I have it to do. So I'm a manifest, so we're going to be around for some years to come. I'm trying to do some other things in Ghana. I would like to open up a restaurant in Ghana. I think it would be really, really nice. And some of the proceeds for the restaurant can go to help make sure that the foundation, can continue to operate. Everything requires capital, requires money. And right now I'm using my personal retirement to fund the Viola Fletcher Foundation, which I don't mind doing. But, as time goes on, I don't know how long I can do it. So I have to come up with another way. So I think I'm going to have to try to open up a restaurant in Ghana and hopefully the proceeds from that could help keep doing what I like to do, and that's to give back to the people of Ghana.
Thank you so much. It was such a great time being with you. There's this very, very profound quote by your grandmother. She said, "Every day I lived through the massacre. While our country may forget this history, I cannot." So this quote talks about her commitment to sharing her story and advocating for justice, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. And I would like to encourage you out there that whatever that you're going through, just always be inspired. Mother Fletcher was able to turn the pain into a great story that we can never forget, and she was able to live past 100 years. So always be inspired. It's the Black History Month, and thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much, Ike, for joining us. Thank you. It was a great time being with you.
No problem. Mother Fletcher lived to be 111 years old and 6 months.
Such a great testimony. Thank you so much. This is how we draw down the curtains for this session of Black History Month. It's a bye now.
All right, thank you.